All right. I'm back for part two of Song of Solomon, the Song of Songs. See, his father called his stuff Psalms, still songs. And Solomon calls his Song of Songs. Everybody just like to keep their own little flair. I like that. Right. So, a lot of people thought that uh, they thought that Queen of Sheba was Solomon's wife. She wasn't. I don't know if she became one later on down the line. I don't know. But I know that the queen that they're talking about in Song of Songs, he says, uh, like I read in part one that you all heard, is that that's his sister. So she is from the tribe of Israel. She is a daughter of Jerusalem, chosen to be Solomon's wife. I don't know. It's been a while since I read this. I used to read it all the time, but it's a part in here where her brothers. I hope we come up on it because it's only 8 verses, and I'm gonna start at 5 and go to the end to 8. But her brothers are afraid that her breasts are never gonna develop and that she is never going to be adequate enough for him. Now, the difference with these sisters, that they're sisters from a different mother. They might have the same father, but they have different mothers. So that makes them a different bloodline. The Egyptians were messing up because they were dealing with sisters from the same mother. So Ammon was married to Mut, and Aminette was his sister from the same mother. And that's just what that's what incest is. A lot of people don't know what incest is. That's incest. You can marry a cousin. Because I checked this out because there's a lot of crazy stuff goes on down in the dirty south. I'm talking about dirty. So I started checking out what was an abomination to God and what wasn't. I wanted to know what was legal. You can't be with if you got a stepdaddy, your stepdaddy can't be with his stepdaughter. Uh, it's laws. It's laws. And I mean, you can stay within your laws, but some people they just, they got the devil in them. And they do as they will. They live their crawling. They live their life how they want to live their life and they make their own rules. But, thankful for me, I, I had a cousin. I had a kissing cousin. And I always felt bad because I had a kissing cousin, but it was really in God's law that was legal for me to love that cousin, But you know how we don't play all that. Hey, wait, what? First cousin, second cousin, we making our own rules too. But biblically, I was within my means, even though I didn't know it. But and of course, you just break away from things like that. And I often wonder, did I not leave that cousin in a bad headspace, even now as a grown woman and adult. But I would not have been disobeying God. I also got pregnant when I was 17 years old. I was a little hot girl. The Lord brought me a long way. But it was all natural for me to be like that. The world make you feel like you're just a nasty person because, you this way. But you be within your means. You know what I'm saying? You be being your natural self. You have to trust the way you raised your child. If you raised me under the love of the Lord, then you gotta trust that the Spirit is leading me. But I found out that had I gotten pregnant back in the day, in biblical days, the Lord would have just had poor little me stoned. I would have went to the gate of the city and they would have stoned me to death, me and my unborn child. It would have been just game over. That's just the way it was. So um I disobeyed my mother and I kept my child. My mother was concerned about my life going in the proper direction, and she felt as though for me to have a child so young was not the thing to do. But then that come to find out that I wasn't so very young at all. That Mary was 15 when she had the baby Jesus and told the Lord, bring it on. So sometimes you just be walking your walk in life, and people be telling you doing it all wrong, and you get to thinking that you're doing it all wrong, and your self-esteem go to your baby toe because you're not what the world expects you to be. Even now, I'm not what the world expects me to be. Everybody expects me to be this queen witch, and I choose to stay humble and loving to the Lord, and live as close to this biblical law as I possibly can. People be like, oh, you could be running hoes, you could be, you know, you could be a bad bee. You know what I'm saying? Why you take, I confuse them in taking the walk that I take. But then at the same time, they be looking at me, be like, how you making it? How you making it? You over there by yourself, and how are you making it? And people just don't want to believe that relationship with the Lord is a mighty, mighty one. You know, carries you a long way in life. Yeah, but that's the difference. That's the difference in the way the Egyptians were doing things and the way that God's people were doing things. The sisters, they're sisters, sisters. No, you twisted it. A sister from a different mother is the difference. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit so I can get started on part 2, and we can wrap this thing up. And like I said, all this music belongs to the Lord, and being that I'm talking about a true love story here, I felt like I play some music about love stories. I'm in a lovey-dovey mood. I don't know what's done came over me. Ain't like I got a man or nothing. But maybe I do got one coming or something. Who knows? You know what I mean? Because trouble don't last always, and you have to keep pressing forward for the things that you want in life. So, like I say, I'm maybe getting ready to get my big breakthrough because the adversary is definitely at a sister. Definitely. This joy, I got it this morning. I got it this morning with my daily bread. I get my daily bread. My Father issues it every day, and every day is there for the getting. So I do. I get my daily bread. It's not that life is wonderful. It's just that I get my daily bread because the Lord giving it freely, freely. is mine. All right, so we're gonna start on verse 4, the Song of Solomon, the Song of Songs. I am come into my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friends, drink ye, drink abundantly, O beloved. I guess they celebrate. Yeah. The torment of separation. I like the reception party. I don't know how they did it. It sounded like they had the wedding. It sounded like they may have laid down together first, had a wedding, laid down again, or that's the same lay down, and they still celebrating. They telling people to drink and uh, abundantly and enjoy themselves, old friends. So that's the reception. The torment of separation. I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the voice of my beloved that knocketh, saying, open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my undefiled. For my head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. I have put off my coat. How shall I put it on? I have washed my feet. How shall I defile them? My beloved put in his hand by the hole of the door, and my bowels were moved for him. I rose up to open my beloved, and my hands dropped with myrrh, and my fingers with sweet smelling myrrh upon the handles of the lock. I wonder did they just like really embed themselves with that, because sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, I'm a little bit strong on this oil." I love Bath and Body Works. I don't know if I told y'all that, but they got this ginger oil, this Mandarin ginger now. Oh, it smells so good. I just love that stuff. And I'd be like wondering if I'm not overdoing it, but she's doing this for her husband. I opened to my beloved, but my beloved had withdrawn himself and was gone. My soul failed when he spake. I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. The watchmen that went about the city found me. They smote me. They wounded me. The keepers of the walls took away my veil from me because she's walking around in the night. It was not proper for a lady to be walking around in the night, but she getting beat up on because she looking for Solomon. He gone. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if ye find my beloved, that ye tell him that I am sick of love. If y'all see him, tell him I'm sick. Where is he? What is thy beloved more than another beloved? O thou fairest among women, what is thy beloved more than another beloved, that thou dost so charge us? My beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. His eyes are as the eyes of doves by the rivers of waters, washed with milk and fitly set. His cheeks are as a bed of spices, as sweet flowers. His lips like lilies, dropping sweet smelling myrrh. His hands are as gold rings set with beryl. His belly is as bright ivory overlaid with sapphires. His legs are as pillars of marble set upon sockets of fine gold. His countenance is as Lebanon, excellent as the cedars. His mouth is most sweet, yea, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Whither is thy beloved gone, O thou fairest among women? Where is thy beloved turned aside, that he may seek him with thee? My beloved is gone down into his garden, to the beds of spices, to feed in the gardens, and to gather lilies. She nowhere yet. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. He feedeth among the lilies. He out there browsing amongst the lilies, seeing what he can't get next. The maiden's beauty. Thou art beautiful, O my love, as Tirzah, comely as Jerusalem, terrible as an army with banners. Turn away thine eyes from me, for they have overcome me. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Gilead. Thy teeth are as a flock of sheep which go up from the washing, whereof every one beareth twins, and there is not one barren among them. Oh, so he was just describing her teeth and how healthy her teeth were in the last verse in video 1. I misunderstood that. I thought he was saying that she was fertile. As a piece of a pomegranate are thy temples within thy locks. There are 80 queens and 80 concubines and virgins without number. So at this point, there are 30 queens and 40 concubines and a bunch of virgins without number. That's why she says she's like a lily amongst thorns in part 1. My dove, my undefiled, is but one. She is the only one of her mother. She is the choice one of her that bare her. The daughters saw her and blessed her, yea, the queens and the concubines, and they praised her. See, so at this point, he's still dealing with women that's in amongst the Jerusalem women, the women of Zion, the daughters of Zion, because they are still loving her and respecting her as, you know, the queen of queens. My dove, my undefiled, is but one. She is the only one of her mother. She is the choice one of her that bare her. The daughters saw her and blessed her. Yea, the queens and the concubines, and they praised her. Who is she that looketh forth as the morning, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, and terrible as an army with banners? And see, that's something that the Lord puts on you. He makes you bad like that. You just fierce, baby. I went down into the garden of nuts to see the fruits of the valley and to see whether the vine flourished and the pomegranates budded. Or ever was I aware, my soul made me like the chariots of Amenabed, Amenab. Sorry about that. Return, return, O Shulamite. Return, return, that we may look upon thee. What will ye see in the Shulamite? As it were the company of two armies. How beautiful are thy feet with shoes, O princess's daughter. The joints of thy thighs are like jewels, the work of the hands of a cunning workman. Thy navel is like a round goblet, which wanteth not liquor. Thy belly is like an heap of wheat set about with lilies. Thy two breasts are like two young roos that are twins. Thy neck is a tower of ivory, thine eyes like the fish pools in Heshbon, by the gate of Bethrabim. Bethrabim. Thy nose is as the tower of Lebanon, which looketh towards Damascus. Thine head upon thee is like caramel, and the hair of thine head like purple. The king is held in the galleries. How fair and how pleasant art thou, O love, for delights. This thy stature is like to a palm tree, and thy breast to clusters of grapes. I said, I will go up to the palm tree. I will take hold of the boughs thereof. Now also thy breast shall be as clusters of the vine, and the smell of thy nose like apples, and the roof of thy mouth like the best wine for my beloved, that goeth down sweetly, causing the lips of those that are asleep to speak. The maiden desires her beloved. I am my beloved, and his desire is towards me. Come, my beloved, let us go forth into the field. Let us lodge in the villages. Let us get up early in the vineyards. Let us see if the vineyard flourish, whether the tender grape appear, and the pomegranates bud forth. There will I give thee my love. There will I give thee my loves. The mandrakes give a smell, and at our gates are all manners of pleasant fruits, new and old, which I have laid up for thee of my beloved. Now I want to say mandrakes are flowers. I don't know if it's an edible flower. I can't remember exactly. Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother, when I should find thee without, I would kiss thee, yea, I should not be despised. Oh, would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house, who would instruct me. I would cause thee to drink of spiced wine, of the juice of my pomegranate. His left hand should be under my head, and his right hand should embrace me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love until he please. Who is this that cometh up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raised thee up under the apple tree. There thy mother brought thee forth. There she brought thee forth that bare thee. Set me as a seal upon thy heart, as a seal upon thy arm. For love is strong as death, jealousy is cruel as the grave. The coals thereof are coals of fire, which have a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would utterly be contemned. Contemned. It would utterly be contemned. We have a little sister, and she have no breasts. What shall we do for our sister in the day when she shall be spoken for? If she be a wall, we will build upon her a palace of silver. And if she be a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar. They trying to help their sister out. I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Then was I in his eyes as one that found favor. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal Hamon. He let out the vineyard unto keepers, every one for the fruit thereof was to bring 1,000 pieces of silver. My vineyard, which is mine, is before me. Thou, O Solomon, must have 1,000, and those that keep the fruit thereof 200. Thou that dwellest in the gardens, the companions hearken to thy voice. Cause me to hear it. Make haste, my beloved, and be thou like to a root or to a young heart upon the mountains of spices. Now it's funny because 8 and 11, it's saying Solomon had a vineyard. And I can remember reading in Solomon part 1 that he was saying that his brothers made him keep their vineyards, but his vineyard had not been kept. So this is Baal Hamon. I just think that the name Baal is, referring to Satan in some kind of way. That his vineyard, he had a vineyard at Baal. Excuse me. He had a vineyard at Baal Hamon. And they stayed at Satan. They stayed at Satan and his crew stayed at Solomon. They stayed at him. They knew his weakness was women. You see that the queen kept saying he was browsing through the lilies and she could never find him. They knew he had keys. They knew he had wisdom. They stayed at Solomon. In Solomon's testament, he says, I might do a part 3 and read Solomon's testament, even though that's not in the Bible. I really don't like to read too much stuff that ain't from the Bible. But in Solomon's testament, they was like he had captured those. He had got the ring of signet, and he was able to like put some kind of power on the demons and make them submit. And this one demon was like, "Yeah, we're gonna get you, Solomon. My name is Error." They call themselves what they are, and I'm going to cause you to error. And sure enough, he did. And he prophesied it to him. Demons will prophesy to you. They will. They will. So this game is real. People think it's not real. It's real. Um, Bibles are being altered and changed because when I first read this story, I can remember the daughters of Jerusalem crying, saying, "Come back, O queen, come back, come back," because she left and got herself a nobleman. She didn't stay amongst this. She left King Solomon. She did not stay with King Solomon. The daughters of Jerusalem were crying for their queen. They wanted her to come back. Come back. She could not deal with this. She could not deal with this. And this it's funny that the thing that she just could not deal, she abandoned her country. She abandoned her country. It reminds me of Evita. Evita, don't cry for me, Argentina. Which she was saying, the truth is, I never loved you. But I believe that this queen loved Jerusalem. She loved Jerusalem. She just couldn't deal with these things that Solomon was doing, and that thing that he was doing is what caused him to error, just like the demonic spirit told him, "I'm gonna cause you to error." He was dealing with strange women that were not from the tribe of Jerusalem. And I noticed that that's not here anymore. I done read the whole thing and it's not here. So it's good that people are going back through the Bible. It's a lot of things that aren't in the Bible that were in the Bible. Because I can remember the daughters of Jerusalem crying for their queen. Come back, oh queen, come back. And that is part of the Mandela effect. They are doing us with that Mandela effect. They messing us around with that one. And I'm still not quite sure what the heck is Mandela effect. What is Mandela effect? What is that? I still don't quite get that too well. I'm just still not quite understanding that. But that is the end of Song of Solomon, Song of Songs. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed reading it. It was so much love there. And the adversary will destroy. He only come to steal, kill, and destroy. And he at you every day of your life. So if you have something special, hold on to it. Don't let it go. Fight for it. Plead the blood of Jesus over it. And keep it protected. Because love is a value. It's a powerful, powerful weapon. And when Solomon lost his true queen, his true love, that's why the adversary leaves this out. Because he don't want you to know that that's part of how he overtook Solomon. He took true love away from him. And he was really able to get into Solomon and make him feed into his lust. All right. So I can't think of anything else that I might have wanted to say to you. I want to thank you for watching, and may the Lord be with you.